Well, we are joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Dennis Evans from Saskatchewan, and his new wheels assembly. What can you tell us about the wheel, so that if anybody's looking here, Mr. Evans?
This is a total polyethylene wheel. It's got the hub, I'll just grab it.
Okay.
This is an example of the hub that's inside that the polyethylene is molded to. That's the final version of roughly we got here.
Okay.
But the polyethylene is the total wheel, no tube. It's a 1/2 inch thick walls here. The face of it is 3/4 of an inch thick.
Okay.
So I put them on a van in the summer and run them out in the pasture and put stress on them sideways, and it looks real good.
So the first version you did, you had issues with. What happened there?
The polyethylene was not going down. It was molded in here, but not going down between the outer wall of this
Yeah.
and down in here to make a full adherence.
So this is version 2 then?
That's the version 4.
Version 4?
Yes, because then we had to cut these out here, and now the new versions we're cutting out this side the same way as this,
Okay.
because this has been very, very good success.
Okay.
The cutaways I got, which I forgot in Regina, I don't have.
Okay.
But, they show that it's at least a 1/2 inch to an inch, 3/4 of an inch thick in here, and a 1/2 inch up here, and right down to here, and the wall is a 1/2 inch thick.
Okay.
So it's carrying lots
So-
of support.
This, what's the weight of this? Can you lift it up? Like, is it heavier?
27 pounds.
27 pounds.
25% lighter than a tire with a tube in it.
Okay.
And I have put this in a press with only the 5/16 wall version, and put 5 tons on one cleat.
Okay.
And it is handy, and it never collapsed that wheel at all. It did mark a bit out on the outer edges.
Yeah.
But that's normal.
So
But I've made
is this for every single position? Like, as you notice here, we got the solid style,
at the back.
and then we got the ones with tubes on the front here. Is this can be used in every position, or?
It can be used anywhere, yes, on any one of the wheels.
Okay.
The cleat, this is wider than normal wheel.
Yeah.
Because I've made it for it touches the outer edge of the cleat a little bit more, for the pressure's not in the center.
Yeah.
Or if you're going down a trail in the spring that's got a rut left from a previous sleigh,
Yeah.
you don't put the pressure right in the middle of the cleat.
Okay.
To stop cleat breakage. I won't say it stops cleat breakage, but it resists them breaking because it puts the stress out on the cleat more.
Okay, so this has been field tested out in the field, but not with the snow or like that. But you drove it through the field and
Going through the field, cut power turns with my 16-year-old hat on.
yeah.
And we had dirt flying up and everything else to try to see what the side pressure would take.
Okay.
Drove it into the mud, and we pulled it out with a skid steer backwards with the wheel turned to see if it would pull the wheel off, and never bent it at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys are going to be asking, one, where do they get it?
Well,
Dennis Evans, and we give them the contact information.
Well, yes, or I think they can contact here, because this is going to be a place you can get them to, or Ryan
Okay.
in
Down in Gimli, yeah. So
Yeah.
Ryan Johnson. Okay, we just moved to the coffee room because Dad's going to be grinding here.
These little nuts are put in here because that's the engineers at the factory that makes this, Quality Molding Plastics in Saskatoon.
Yeah.
They want this will take the wall remain straighter.
Okay.
For the load is straight down onto the hub.
Okay.
Yeah, and this is the original hub that takes the standard bearings out of a Bombardier.
Yeah.
So you just take the old wheel off, take the bearings out of your old wheel if you want, if they're good.
Yeah.
And put them into this new hub and put it on. 'Cause
Okay.
it's rim, tire, and tube.
Okay. And you're still selling your plastic fuel tanks as well, right?
Yes, plastic fuel tanks. I sold 40 to 50 last year.
Good.
And I've got about 15 in stock now. And
Good.
and the interest is strong in them.
Okay.
There's a lot more after they
So-
find out the rust is in them.
Kind of a bit of a mad scientist thing here. What possessed you to start developing the wheels? Was it just because there was none on the market, or what? Why did you go through all this effort?
Well, there's no tires available that you can
Yeah.
buy for them.
Yeah.
So that was one reason. And the other thing, I'm a farm boy and I just want to make stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Make stuff for a good idea. And I love snowmobiles all my life. That's been my career.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm into it.
Okay. So $500 plus shipping, guys. My suggestion is go through Dennis first, and but he's going to drop off some here in the paw where you can purchase them, and you can give us a call. I'll put the contact details in for his shop down below here, and Mr. Evans' contact details for Saskatchewan where you can order them. And he said $500, so unless he has a massive run on them, which I expect he will, these won't last long. How many do you have in stock?
I have about 20 in stock.
Okay.
But anybody that wishes, I can order red, blue, yellow, almost any color, bright colors, too,
Yeah.
not faded.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got 20 in stock, and so first come, first serve, guys. Mr. Evans is not saving anything for anybody. Cash on the barrelhead, and I imagine you're going to be reinvesting that same money right back into making the next 20, right?
Well, I've already got another 52 hubs machined,
Wow.
ready to make.
Okay.
So if anybody wants colors, there's going to be a little longer lead time
Okay.
because that's a special run.
Yeah. Okay, but otherwise it's standard black.
That's right, standard black. I got people from Norway wanting them now.
Good.
And
Yeah, we see the Norwegian collectors there online on the Facebook
yeah,
page.
I want to keep in contact with them. And my daughter wants to trade a wheel for a night stay in the resort.
Yeah. We'll sell them for twice the price, and he'll get bumped up to first class, right? So
I don't know. I got over 25,000 invested in designing this and
wow.
the multi-tests I've got.
Wow.
So I like to get a little bit of money back.
So this is Mr. Evans is the enthusiast. He we've been in it, talking to him for the last couple of years, and like he went out of his way to make that plastic fuel tank, which saves on a lot of weight, and it shows you you know how much fuel just at a glance by looking at it. So you know, support Mr. Evans because he is he's building parts that guys can't get, and anybody who knows anything about Bombardiers knows that the hardest thing to replace is tires. We get calls once a week on tires, and it's the one part we can't make tires. And so I am shocked and amazed that Mr. Evans has put this much time and effort and investment money into this. So there you go, guys. That's everything right there. And you can even see the highlight. It says DGM Parts. Is that you now?
That's my grandkids.
Oh, the grandkids.
I got to pass this on because I'm
Okay.
getting too old and my
Yeah.
hair's getting too white.
His contact details there are 306-537-0738, and he's out of Regina. And what else have we forgotten to mention?
I wish
What's that?
everybody-
What, have you shipped anything out right now or no?
Not yet.
Okay,
I
what do
got
you?
them on test last year, and then I tested them this summer
Yeah.
in the dirt.
Okay, so
And,
I'm going to imagine, guys, this is going to be at least 100, if not more, for shipping per tire. So you want to sell the lot and then reinvest into the next run. So, guys, these aren't going to last very long. And do you have any sort of guarantee for the customer, or?
I would look at every one on an individual basis, but
Okay.
if we have polyethylene, where I had problems with where they're not hot enough in the hubs
Yeah.
to mold the polyethylene, if that fails, I want to know because I do not want them out if they fail.
Okay.
And I would look after them.
Okay. So
Yeah.
there you go, guys. Brand new tires. This is an exciting day for Bombardier enthusiasts and guys who need tires. So we'll put all the details in there and wrap up the video here, and we're going to go just do a little more visiting with Mr. Evans before he has to head back to Saskatchewan.
The caps are screwed in the same as the caps that were on the original Bombardiers.
Okay, yeah. And Ryan Johnson does actually sell a new style of cap as well, so you guys can use your old caps or the new ones too. You got to support guys like Mr. Evans, guys. You want to cheap out on parts, this your Bombardiers aren't going to be around if you don't support the guys that are making the parts. And Mr. Evans has gone above and beyond in terms of his contributions to the Bombardier community, so please support him. That's it, buddy.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for visiting.
Anytime anybody wants to chat, feel free to call.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so Dad was just doing some measuring here, and turns out it might not be able to use on the rear wheel So you're going to have to use them on the front three here. The reason why you can't use it is this size right here. The way he's made it is it's going to rub on the track adjuster, but gives you the opportunity at least to use the ones on the front. Mr. Evans came in from Saskatchewan, and so he spent all morning here. I was at the Remembrance Day ceremony all day. He's brought in a 318 Chrysler Industrial. Probably end up using it in this machine here, and as you can see, our body man's still working on the 79 here. Really dusty in the shop, but yeah. So again, we got Mr. Evans here from Saskatchewan, Regina. He's the gentleman that makes the plastic fuel tanks, and he's just dropped off some tires. We just did the whole spiel on it. Dad did some measurements, and he said that it's probably not ideal on the rear one, but the first three, yes. The reason being is if you put on new tracks and as the tracks wear out, they're going to spread on you, and eventually you'll have issues with that tire and the track adjuster. And I'll show you right here. The track adjuster being on the back here, that's eventually going to give issues. So learnings, but you can't beat $500 for a tire, guys. And we've been wanting Mr. Evans to come here for about 3 years, and he finally made the trip. And he was here first thing in the morning, and but it's Remembrance Day, so I was out at the town talk for Remembrance Day. But these guys are just talking shop talk here, and then maybe we'll do another interview. We've got some cleaning yet to do in here. I still got to get in there and vacuum and soak up more of that antifreeze or transmission fluid, whatever was in there. And I don't think they put any effort into this here too much today. The effort was spent on the 79 that's still going through its paint job here. Had some interest on that yesterday from a guy down in the States, so I hate to do a bidding war, but there's the price is up there and guys are interested. We're going to show you guys quickly what Dennis Evans invented here. This is the plastic fuel tanks, and you can buy them off Mr. Evans, and he can ship them out. I think the shipping's about $50, and I'm just going to reconfirm what the price is on those tanks.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What's your price in your tanks again?
$200.
$200 per.
Yep.
So $200 plus shipping. So if you guys need plastic fuel tanks, please support Mr. Evans, because he's got a lot invested in doing this, and $200 plus shipping.